All right, what's up, everybody? Coach Todd here, coming to you live here. It is Monday Night Live in the STB locker room, and boom, there's Coach Denny. What's up?
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
apologize. I apologize. I got you the link late. I was watching Vision Quest, trying to get pumped up for state wrestling coming up this week here in Nebraska. So, you
Yeah.
remember that movie?
Oh yeah, that's one they need to remake. It's been long enough.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
1985. That thing is 40 years old. I was 10 when that came out. Pretty crazy, but it's really the only good.
It's the only real. There's a couple more out, but nothing quite like that one.
No,
So
it was
they got a newer one. Guys, missing a leg.
yeah, that one's good too.
It's a
Yeah.
good one too. Yeah.
Well, welcome, guys. Introduce yourself in the chat if you're joining us. We got a good one for you tonight. Modern day alchemy, turning coal into gold. So we're excited about this. And the STB locker room community mission, empowering men to reclaim their energy, confidence, and focus through sustainable systems, accountability, and a brotherhood of support, helping them dominate in fitness, family, finances, faith, and fun, and become the unstoppable leaders they were meant to be. What's up, Steven? Super cold out here in Nebraska. Super cold, I'm sure, down in Kansas City. We got like 8 inches of snow today. That's like our third day in the last 5 days that it snowed. Absolutely torched myself in the workout this morning and had to get up. And what's up, Roger? And had to go scoop for about an hour afterwards. And thanks to this brand new product we have, I did it, and I feel awesome. So we will announce that now that we've had it in testing for a couple months. We'll announce that on a later Monday night. But the foundation of the STB locker room, we live by code, do the work, win the day, be relentless, right? That is the foundation of everything that we do. And it's Dominate 2025. We're going to keep this up here all year. You see this 52 times. Well, maybe 51. We typically miss one Monday of the year, usually when it falls on a holiday or something like that. But so modern day alchemy, turning coal into gold. So great training for you guys tonight. And so we're going to talk about the truth about success. Okay. Everyone sees the gold. No one sees the work, right? People only recognize accomplishments, not the grind behind it, right? The world celebrates the gold, but ignores the coal, right? The pressure, the effort, the pain. And alchemy isn't magic, it's effort, right? So the people that you sit back and you see on, and especially today with social media, right? You see so much of the gold, right? Of the people successful. And it seems like, hey, this guy's an overnight success. I literally had a guy, he just got his personal training certificate, come over and meet with me this afternoon because he's like, dude, I want to know how to train online. And I'm like, sure, I'll help you out as best I can. And in about the first 25 minutes, he's like, how long did it take you to learn this? I said, well, I'm still learning, bud.
Right.
It's been 13 years. So it's not, there is no quick way to success, right? There, you have to do the work and the process of transformation. Gold doesn't just happen, it's created, right? Coal and gold start from the same place. They come from the ground, right? They come from being under pressure, but only one endures the pressure. The difference, one is refined, one is left untouched, right? Like we refine coal, we don't touch gold. Like we may, we don't burn gold. Like you can't burn gold, right? So, but transformation requires that heat, pressure, and time. Most people are looking for a quick fix, Ozempic, GLP, whatever, all these things that are coming out, right? That
Right.
people are jumping on, and now just starting to find out some of the long-term. What's up, Caleb? Some of the long-term effects of this stuff, right? Because pharmaceutical companies are making a killing off of this stuff.
Yeah. There's some cases of blindness behind the eyes on Ozempic.
Yeah, it's some
You
scary
know,
stuff.
yeah, and it's some of it's temporary and some of it's permanent.
Yeah.
So
And so,
choose your hard.
yeah, choose your hard, right? And once again,
What's up,
I,
Brooksies?
what's up? The Brookses are here. Um, we, I get it. I was in the quick fix thing for 20 plus years. I get it. Like it was the next, on to the next pill, on to the next workout, on to the next thing. I didn't fix, but none of those fixed what I needed fixed, right? Which is the mindset, right? And we'll get to that. And why most people stay stuck, right? The comfort zone is where dreams die because they're avoiding discomfort. If I could just take a shot and get skinny, that sounds much easier than eating better, training every day, making conscious decisions on all those little things every day, right? Or they just make excuses. And this is one that I made a lot. Like, I'm married, I got kids, who cares what I look like, right? I make that excuse. But at the end of the day, like if I want to be all I can be for my kids, for my family,
Right.
like being overweight and not having any energy, and I was showing up really, really bad. Um, and the next one's the world doesn't stop for your feelings. It rewards those who push forward, right? "Oh, I don't feel like it today." I just did 1,920 days in a row, guys. I can tell you there's very few of those days I felt like doing it. Very few. I just know it's going to get done, right? So I can tell you, the world does not stop for your feelings.
Yeah. Once you find a reason to make it a non-negotiable, life gets easier. Okay. So, you know, Coach Todd, he jumped on me. He's just like, how come you just don't do something every day? And like, and I'm just like, and then finally it's just like, man, I've been hearing that for 3 years. And I was like, all right, I could start doing that. We could start getting on that. And he's like, well, I'm going to charge you $100 a day for every day you don't. So now it's fun, it's exciting, and I know it's the best path.
Yep, still haven't got $100 yet, but and I don't want $100 because I know how important it is for Denny to show up in his kids' lives that way, the way I've
No,
been able to the last, probably almost 6 years. Like, and them seeing you be committed in
yep,
knowing, even when we travel and we're in a hotel, dad's out there running the stairs,
yep,
like, while they're laying in bed. They're like, wait a minute. Like,
yeah, it's huge.
you know,
Y-
so, so we got to embrace the suck, right? Denny talked about this morning. He's like, I don't know if we say suck, but we're saying embrace the suck.
It's how we know it. there's fancier ways. There's so many different ways they can explain it,
I
but
think,
it's the suck. So what is the suck, Coach Todd? Can
yeah,
you tell the
well,
guys?
once again, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? Like
So we call it
Ozempic,
the suck.
right? So it's not easy, so it sucks, right?
Right.
Success is about doing the hard things when no one is watching. That's probably the hardest, right? I power lifted for a lot of years, and I always told people, like, record your last set. There's something about having the video recorder on your last set, and that was always max effort, like as many reps as you could do, with whatever weight was prescribed, 85%, whatever. And I always did better when I had that camera on. And so did my guys that I trained than when I didn't. If I didn't have it on, I didn't feel like I had to push, right? And that's crazy because I didn't post the videos for everybody else to watch. I posted the videos for me to watch. And I wouldn't even, in fact, I stopped posting the videos. I just glad I have them all on my phone. We want to go back, I can show you all my last sets for
Last sets.
years, right? Because I had that accountability that somebody was watching, right? And
Yeah.
that helped me in my training when things sucked, when it was heavy. I remember,
You pay attention and you want to do a little more.
yeah,
I'll give you a couple instances. Um, I remember back when just to date myself, when cell phones just started getting, some good recording, not your flip phone, but a little bit better than that, right? So they just started getting good recording, and we had a friend who would do some wild stuff on a crotch rocket from time to time. And we're in a local park, and somebody had said something about wheelies or whatnot, and he's like, "Oh, I could do that," or and the one friend whipped out their phone. Guess what he was doing next, right?
Yeah.
The other day we're playing. When we were up at Ray's MTB, it's a local BMX park, and you got all these guys coming around. They're hitting these different lines. They're hitting these different lines. They're hitting these different lines. Well, the next thing you know, there's a guy standing there in the corner with a camera. You want to know, out of the 15, 16 lines you can hit in that section, you want to see how busy that section got, because that guy was there with the camera and everybody was giving their best,
Yeah.
right? So if you don't believe or think that, or have thought, or if you're not so sure if that would actually work, just try it once.
Yeah.
Just try it once. You'll be amazed.
Start recording your last sets for me and send them to us. We'd love it.
Yeah.
Right. You see how much harder you push in those. Anytime we do anything inside of our group where it's got to be videotaped, we don't get a lot of responses, first of all. But, second of all, you see their best effort. Right. The reps you put in today create the results you want tomorrow. And that's probably the hardest thing about fitness. It's probably the hardest thing about your finances, right? Is that you make these small deposits every single day. And it's just so hard to see, you know, 6 months, a
It,
year, 5 years. I've been in this business now 13 years,
it,
right?
it takes the discipline. You don't have to deposit $10,000 tomorrow, deposit one,
Mhm.
right? And it's the same with the workouts. You don't have to bench, 315 is your, ultimate goal. You don't have to bench 315 tomorrow. I don't care if you bench 135. It doesn't matter. You just have to bench. You just have to start recording. You just have to put that dollar in the piggy bank.
Well, I like the guy that he posted in our circle group this morning, or he did the workout of the week, and he's like, dude, I did 40 push-ups in a row. He said, when I started with you guys, I couldn't even do 20 in a row. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, progress. Like, his weight hasn't dropped much. He doesn't have much weight to lose. His weight hasn't dropped much, but this guy went from not being able to do 20 push-ups in a
Right.
row to being able to do rep out 40 in a row in a short period of time. Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see when we
No,
challenge guys inside the group what
I
happens.
see a
Right.
gift idea coming down the road with an
Right.
STD piggy bank.
Right. Discomfort is the price of greatness. I don't know anyone that's ever achieved anything great and would tell you it was easy. Nobody. Not one person will ever tell you, like, well, I just woke up one day and I decided, I was going to win a world championship, or I was
Right.
going to step on stage, or I was going to, bench press X amount, or, you know, dunk a basketball, right? Like, it's kind of crazy that you have to get out of the comfort zone.
I'll share a quick quip on this one, and I need to stop doing this because we got plenty of them. But just Monday, just so you guys can understand this, um, I was asked by the TU men's volleyball team. Okay, they've been in existence for about 5 years. He's like, "Hey, can you get a group of 6 guys together, so we can scrimmage?" So I was like, "Yeah." We went out there and we scrimmaged. Okay, we beat these guys in 5 sets. Like I said, just 6 guys playing against a college, men's volleyball team at a D2 school. The point wasn't that we beat the team. The point was, after we're getting ready to leave, coach is like, yells across the room, and he's like, "Hey, Denny," he goes, "How old are you?" And he yelled it loud enough for everybody in the gym to hear. So I was kind of stuck, and I was like, I'm almost 50. And turns around, talks to the kids. And, do you hear that? He's almost 50. And he looks back at me and goes, "How long you been playing volleyball?" And I'm like, "Oh, I started around 30, so 20 years. And then he turned back around to him and he goes, "You see that? He's been playing volleyball longer than some of you guys are old."
Mhm.
So the point is, 18-year-old kids playing volleyball versus a 50-year-old kid. If you had to lay a sports bet line, you're going to put it down on that 18-year-old kid, right? I would.
Mhm.
But because I've been putting those dollars into the piggy bank, for the last 20 years, it's multiplied, and we were able to make some things happen and get the dub. So if you guys are
Awesome.
putting into your piggy bank, you never know what's going to happen. But I
Yeah.
promise you this, you'll get results.
Yeah. If you don't make deposits, you can't take withdrawals.
Yep.
Period. Right. So excuses versus execution. I love this one. Someone busier, broker, and less talented than you is beating you right now. Right.
Yep.
There are people with less time, more struggles, and fewer resources who are still crushing it, or able to rise above. Right. The difference, they take action. You're sitting here back, all telling yourself, and I hear that, I still hear the voice to this day. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you training every single day? You don't have to do that. Nobody else your age is doing that. Nobody, I hear it all the time, right? But I still take action, right? I hear the voice just as loud as the next guy. So you don't need more time. You don't need more talent or more money. You need more discipline,
Yep.
right? And that's the mindset shift you need. Sorry, uh, slip of the tongue there. From I can't to I will, right? Your mindset determines your reality. I think I posted today. Listen, you can have a negative thought. And that doesn't mean you have to believe it, right? You don't become everything you think. You only become the things you believe, right? So you don't have to believe those negative thoughts. We all have them. And so every time you say I can't, you're reinforcing failure, right? So start saying I will and follow it with action, even if it's not
Mm.
perfect action, even if it's just some action. The first time I ever, played football, I don't think the coaches were like, how's this guy ever going to make it in life? Right. I was little, small, uh, slow, all those good things. And I just kept beating on the craft. Right. And I got a little bit better, a little bit better. Found the weight room. That was a big plus for me back in the 80s and 90s was I was in the weight room. Um, so the power of daily action, the little things make the big things happen. Winning is built in the small moments when no one is looking, and it's all around your habits. I can tell you by your daily, if I just followed you around for a day, I could probably pretty much predict how much money's in your bank account, how much, you know, money you'd be saving by eating probably healthier. I can tell you what your weight's going to be in 6 months. I can tell you a lot of those things if I just followed you around every single day, right? Because every meal, every rep, every decision, it all compounds.
Yep.
Darren Hardy wrote a great book that was one of the first ever books that I read in personal development called The Compound Effect, right? Like he talked about the fact that the guy that ate the donuts on the way to work every day versus the guy that parked all the way. He ate the donuts, but he parked in the back of the parking lot and he took the stairs up and he dominated versus the other guy. So dominate your daily routine and success is inevitable. So it's all about building a daily routine. So your alchemy challenge, what's one area you'll turn from coal to gold? What's one thing? Just pick one. Uh, one area in life you've been holding back. What you've been saying, when I get time, when I get more money, when I, when this is all done. I'll tell you what, January and February have been nuts for me. Denny knows. I've been all over the board, and so I'm excited. Wrestling's over this week. I can finally lock in the load. I've been committed to get to 215 since January 1st, and I'm not close. So that's one thing I know I'm committing to is getting that nutrition under control. Commit to the action right here, right now. So, guys, we are actually going to run a carnivore thing in March inside of our VIP group. If you want some if you want some stuff for that, then join the challenge. Join our Unstoppable Challenge program. I'm going to drop it in for everybody that joins the Unstoppable program this month. I'll drop that carnivore program in is free as well. It'll be inside of our app. So you can follow us and join us in the Carnivore 101, the STB Carnivore 101 course. I'm committing to it for 30 days. I've never done carnivore, done similar stuff. But this is one that I kind of talked with the VIPs last night. I'm like, hey, who's interested? I need a change, right? We get bored with things. I've been pretty much between 200, 220 and 225 for the last 4 years now, it seems like. And I'm just ready for something different. So go to www.stblockerroom.com/unstoppable. It's free, 20-day unstoppable program. It's all on mindset. There is a little fitness in there on one day that, starts compounding because you're going to start moving every single day. It's no crazy workouts. It's move, right? So what's next? The choice is yours. Stay the same or become gold. You have the opportunity to, change yourself from coal to gold by putting the pressure on, by showing up, by taking actions, right? Nothing changes unless you do. The pressure, the grind, the discomfort, it's all part of the process and learning to embrace the suck, right? You have everything you need to rise up and win. It's all inside of you. It's inside of every single one of us. The more books I read, the more men I coach, the more I know it's in every single one of us. It's not just for certain people. It's for every man willing to step into the arena and maybe get a couple bloody noses, maybe get knocked out, maybe get knocked down, but you just keep getting back up, keep getting back up. So once again, joining the STB locker room community on the Unstoppable program, you'll get the Carnivore program, which is going to be launched on March 1st. You get that included. That's probably like at least a $300 value for that. So pretty excited about that. So transform your body, your mind, and your life in 2025. Join us now, www.stblockerroom.com/unstoppable. And last but not least, the quote of the week: obstacles are the cost of greatness. Be willing to pay the price. You're going to have obstacles. I don't know how many times in the past I would start something and then get sick. This would come up. It's amazing, Denny. You've known me for 3 of the 6 years that I've been at this.
Yeah.
And I've been sick very few times.
Yeah.
I mean, I had COVID twice. Probably maybe 3 times. I've had it 4 times. So I think the first time I had COVID, we didn't know each other yet. I've been through two surgeries since I've known Denny. 3 surgeries in this whole stint.
Yeah.
Like lots of obstacles come up, but you get to make your own path. You get to decide whether that obstacle is going to turn you around and you're going to head back to where you started from or worse, or you're going to find a way over it, around it, or through it. So obstacles are the cost of greatness. Be willing to pay the price.
And Coach Todd's so positive. I mean, I like to call those roadblocks, because if you don't do anything, it's a roadblock. But, the obstacles, it's your choice to move around it. It's your choice to deposit into that piggy bank and find a way over it, through it, however you get there. But it's always our choice, right? And if you make a choice of, oh, it's too great for me, it's too big for me, it's too much for me, you're choosing to turn that obstacle into a roadblock, and you're really just saying no to your dreams.
Absolutely. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back next Monday night with another training. Remember, we live by a code. Have a great week. Do the work. Win the day. Be relentless. Bring our hands in. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate. God bless. Much love. Peace out.